Hello, this is my review of The New Me by Halle Butler. This is a new novel released in March of this year. It's a stream of consciousness work, an account of a temporary worker, a young woman named Millie, who works in an office. Her job is menial and tedious. She hates it. She's very unhappy. Her life is hard. She doesn't have many friends, and the friends she does have, she doesn't particularly like. Almost every social interaction she engages with is fraught with danger. The book is very successful in what it sets out to achieve, but what it sets out to achieve is very depressing. I thought the prose was really, really good. It's rhythmic, it's dark, it's sometimes comic, but it's always downbeat. It's always downbeat. Everything is perfectly in tune. There are no bum notes, um, but the cumulative effect of it is quite depressing. It's really a portrait of the horror of everyday life. I found it quite stunning. This is a great quote from the start of, I think, the second chapter. Work again, another fucking waking nightmare. So you can see stylistically it's on point from start to finish. But it's not going to be an easy book. It's not for everybody. Um, the parts I found the most interesting were when Millie showed some self-awareness. I'll give you a quote here. So she has just been engaged in some type of interaction in work, and a co-worker has annoyed her. So she whispers under her breath, "Fucking a fucking thankless cunt," referring to the co-worker. But then the next line is, "Obviously, I realize in a grander sense that I have a tendency to alienate myself, and that these women are basically guiltless." So Millie sometimes crosses the line with scathing remarks. Sometimes she realizes, sometimes she doesn't. But a lot of these remarks really are brilliant. They're very scathing. They're often unjustified, but they're very funny. I don't want to spoil them here, but some of them are quite brilliant. Um, so it's a difficult work. It's not particularly enjoyable at times to read, but I think it's quite brilliant. And it's very important. It makes us take a step back and ask, is this really the reality we want to live in ourselves? Is this the world we want to build for ourselves? Millie rejects a lot of the modern world, and she rejects the parts that are banal and trivial, but she's punished for it. Her life is harder because of it. I read all of it in two stints. I read for a while before I went to bed, woke up, and read some more. On the second reading, I developed almost a headache. I got a sharp pain in my head that I'm pretty sure is caused by this book. But I don't mean this as a criticism. I thought this was a sign of how successful the author achieves what she sets out to. As soon as I finished it, I immediately thought back to a book I read a very long time ago that I think is very, very similar and quite brilliant as well. It's Something Happened by Joseph Heller. Now, almost nobody has read it. Very few people have heard of it, which is a great shame. But there's a good reason why, and it's because Joseph Heller wrote Catch-22, which ended up being a huge success, and he followed it up with Something Happened, which is a very, very similar novel. It's about the insanity of modern life, but Catch-22 is about the insanity of the Second World War. So the reader can read that and laugh and think, oh, this is so depressing. But it's not really about me. I'm not going to be a bomber pilot in the Second World War. But If Something Happened is about an office worker and about how crazy and depressing their day-to-day life is. So it's a difficult read. Most people, when they read, they want to be taken out of their day-to-day life, not told over and over again how depressing it is. But I think that there's a need for this type of work. I think that art's job is to reflect the life and times that we live in. I really think it's a failing on the part of a reader if they can't enjoy a book like this, or if they can't take something from it. I'll give you another quote. So, I should read a book. I should make some friends. I should write some emails. I should go to the movies. I should get some exercise. I should unclench my muscles. I should get a hobby. I should buy a plant. I should call my exes, all of them, and ask them for advice. I should figure out why no one wants to be around me. I should start going to the same bar every night, become a regular. I should volunteer again. I should get a cat or a plant or some nice lotion or some white stripes. Start using a laundry service. Start taking myself both more and less seriously. So I think by now I've given you a good flavour of what the book is about. I very much enjoyed it. I'd give it a strong 7. Thanks a lot for watching.